Last class, we were reading this lesson of our Civics first chapter, Understanding Diversity, and we have completed this chapter, but some topics are still left, so we will finish this topic in our this video. Okay. So our topic is diversity in India. You all know that what is the meaning of diversity and how diversity is useful for us. Okay, and how diversity makes our country very unique and very different from the other countries. So diversity in India and how it affect our life and how it change our life from the other countries. Okay, we all know that India is a country of many diversities, and we speak different languages, and we various types of food, celebrate different festival, practice different religions. But actually, if you think about it, we do many things that are similar. Okay, means like some things are similar between us, like our some festival and some religious rituals. So except that we do them in different way. Okay, like marriages. So this actually happen in India. And how do we explain diversity? A little more than 200 years ago or long before the train, aeroplane, bus or car becomes a part of our lives, people travel from one part to the world to another in ships or horses, on camels or on foot, right? Often they went in search of new lands or new places or settle in or for people to trade with, and because of it took so long to travel. Once they got a place, people stayed there, and often a long time. Many others left their homes because there were famines and drought, and they could not get enough to eat. Some went in search of work, while others left because there was a war. Means people continuously walk in place to place for in searching of new places, and they want to search new places for the livings. Okay, तो उसके लिए वो अलग अलग ट्रांसपोर्ट यूज़ करते थे उस टाइम, या तो वो बाय फुट जाते थे या फिर देयर बुलक कार्ट एक्सेट्रा, या फिर सी से, क्योंकि उस टाइम एरोप्लेन या बसेस का जो है वो इन्वेंशन नहीं हुआ था. एंड सम टाइम एज दे बिगेन टू मेक देयर होम्स इन न्यू प्लेसेस, पीपल बिगेन टू चेंज अ लिटिल और एट अदर. ओके, तो जब वो नए प्लेसेस में जाते थे तो वो थोड़े चेंज हो जाते हैं उनके ट्रेडिशन के अकॉर्डिंग. एंड टाइम्स दे मैनेज टू डू थिंग्स इन द ओल्ड वेज, सो देयर लैंग्वेजेस, food, music, religions become a mix of the old and the new. Okay, means suppose आपके नेबर में कोई न्यू पर्सन आता है, एंड ये होता है कि दैट वो अपने कल्चरल्स, रिलीजियस बिलीव्स आपके साथ शेयर करता है, एंड देयर फेस्टिवल, देयर म्यूज़िक, वो सब शेयर करता है आपके साथ. एंड देन एक मिक्सचर ऑफ कल्चर बन जाता है, एंड आउट ऑफ दिस इंटर मिक्सिंग ऑफ कल्चर केम समथिंग न्यू एंड डिफरेंट. ओके, एंड द हिस्ट्री ऑफ मैनी प्लेसेस show us how many different cultural influence have helped to shape life and culture there. Thus, regions become very diverse because of their unique histories. Similarly, diversity also becomes about when people adapt their lives to the geographical area in which they live. For example, living near the sea is quite different from living in a mountain area. Okay, mountain area की life totally different होती है और sea area की life totally different होती है. Not only do people have different clothing and eating habits, but even the kind of works they do are different. Okay, in cities it is often easy to forget how closely people lives and tied to their physical surroundings. This is because in the city people seldom grows their own vegetable and grains. ओके, तो लोग सिटीज़ में नहीं करेंगे अपने वेजिटेबल्स और ग्रेन्स को ग्रो, बिकॉज वहाँ पे लैंड जो है उनके पास अवेलेबल नहीं होता, सोर्सेज नहीं होते, एंड इंस्टेंट दे डिपेंड ऑन द मार्केट एंड टू बाय ऑल द गुड्स एंड अदर गुड्स दैट दे नीड. लेट अस ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट वी मीन व्हेन वी से दैट हिस्टोरिकल एंड जियोग्राफिकल फैक्टर्स इन्फ्लुएंस द डाइवर्सिटी और रीजन. वी कैन डू दिस बाय रीडिंग अबाउट लाइफ इन टू डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द कंट्रीज, केरला एंड लद्दाख. ओके, तो हम इसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे. दो आपको एग्जांपल देंगे कि कैसे दो अलग अलग प्लेसेस के जो लोग हैं वो उनकी डाइवर्सिटी, उनके हिस्टोरिकल कल्चर भी कैसे एक दूसरे को अफेक्ट करते हैं. सो सबसे पहले हम लद्दाख के बारे में पढ़ते हैं. लद्दाख इज़ अ डेजर्ट. अब आप सोचोगे हाउ लद्दाख इज़ नॉट अ डेजर्ट बट इट इज़ desert. It is a cold desert. Two type of desert there are. हमने last class में पढ़ा था that cold desert and हॉट डेजर्ट. तो हॉट डेजर्ट में आ जाते हैं जैसे राजस्थान या सहारा. एंड कोल्ड डेजर्ट जो बहुत ठंडे होते हैं लाइक लद्दाख. लद्दाख इज़ ऑल्सो अ कोल्ड डेजर्ट. एंड इन द माउंटेन इन द ईस्ट और जम्मू एंड कश्मीर वेरी लिटिल एग्रीकल्चर इज़ पॉसिबल हेयर सिंस दिस रीजन डज नॉट रिसीव एनी रेन एंड इज़ कवर्ड इन स्नो फॉर अ लार्ज पार्ट ऑफ द ईयर. There are very few trees that can grow in the region for drinking water. People depend on the melting snow during the summer months. People here keep sheep and goats in this region are special because they produce pashmina wools, and this wool is praised and pashmina shawl cost a lot of money. The people in Ladakh carefully collect the wool of the goats and sells this to the traders from Jammu and Kashmir. Pashmina wools are chiefly woven in Kashmir. The people eat meat and milk products like cheese and butter. Each family owns some goats, cows and does. Okay. So, yak cows being a desert did not means that Ladakh did not attract its share of traders. It was considered a good trade route as it had many pass through which caravans traveled to what is today called Tibet. मतलब यहाँ पे लोग पहले अलग अलग प्लेसेस से आते थे. हिस्टोरिकल ट्रेवलर्स जिनको हम बोले जो पहले आते थे, एंशियंट ट्रेवलर्स भी इंडिया में इसी रूट से आते थे और वो अपने यहाँ से टेक्सटाइल, स्पाइसेस, रॉ सिल्क ये सब यहाँ से लेके अपने कंट्रीज़ में जाते थे. बुद्धिज़्म रीच्ड तिब्बत वाई लद्दाख. बुद्धिज़्म भी लद्दाख से ही तिब्बत में पहुंचा. एंड लद्दाख इज़ ऑल्सो कॉल्ड लिटिल तिब्बत. लद्दाख को भी हम एक छोटा तिब्बत बोलते हैं. एंड तिब्बत इज़ अनदर कंट्री. Islam was introduced in this region more than 400 years ago and there is a significant Muslim population here. Ladakh has a very rich oral tradition of songs and poems. Local version of the Tibetan national epic, the Kesar Saga, are performed and sung by both Muslims and Buddhists. Here in this picture, you can see that women are weaving pashmina shawl. Pashmina shawl is a very costly shawl and it is woven in Ladakh only and some places in Jammu and Kashmir because only there is different kinds of sheep have the wool which is very useful in pashmina shawl. ओके ये तो हमने लद्दाख के कल्चर के बारे में और वहाँ के ट्रेडिशंस के बारे में पढ़ा था. नाउ वी विल रीड अबाउट केरला. देन वी विल फाइंड डिफरेंस इन बोथ ऑफ दिस प्लेसेस. केरला इज़ अ स्टेट इन द साउथ west corner of India and it is surrounded by sea on one side and hill on the other. Okay, and a number of species like pepper, clove and cardamoms are grown on the hills. It is spice that made this region एन अट्रैक्टिव प्लेस फॉर ट्रेडर्स क्योंकि वहाँ पे मसाले खरीदने के लिए ट्रेडर्स पहले से आते थे इन फ्रॉम द एंशियंट टाइम. एंड जेविस एंड अरब्स ट्रेडर्स वर द फर्स्ट टू कम हेयर एंड एपोस्टल ऑफ क्राइस्ट. सेंट थॉमस इज बिलीव्ड टू कम हेयर नियरली 2000 years ago and he is credited with bringing Christianity to India. ये माना जाता है क्रिश्चियनिटी इंडिया में जो है वही लेके आए थे सेंट थॉमस. एंड मैनी अरब ट्रेडर्स ऑल्सो केम एंड सेटल डाउन हेयर. इब्न बतूता वॉज अ फेमस ट्रेवलर एंड हु ट्रेवल्ड हेयर अ लिटिल लेस देन 700 years ago wrote a travelogue in which he described that lives of Muslims and says that they were a highly respected community. The Portuguese discovered the sea route of India from Europe when Vasco da Gama landed with his ship here. ओके वास्को डी गामा जो थे वो यूरोप से सबसे पहले इंडिया में आए थे. उन्होंने यहाँ का रास्ता ढूंढा था. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दिस वेरियस हिस्टोरिकल इन्फ्लुएंस पीपल इन केरला प्रैक्टिस डिफरेंट रिलीजन्स जॉडिज्म, इस्लाम, क्रिश्चियनिटी, हिंदुइज्म एंड बुद्धिज्म. यहाँ पे हर तरह के रिलीजन्स को फॉलो करने वाले लोग आपको मिलेंगे. एंड द फिशिंग नेट्स यूज हेयर लुक्स एग्जैक्टली लाइक द चाइनीज फिशिंग नेट्स एंड आर कॉल्ड चीना वाला. Even the utensil used for frying is called the China chatti, and it is believed that the word Chin could have come here from China. And the fertile land and climate are suited to grow rice, and majority of people here eat rice, fish, and vegetable. Here is a picture. The boat race is an important part of the Onam festival celebrated in Kerala. Okay, now we will read about the difference in both the places. While Kerala and Ladakh are quite different in terms of their geographical feature, the history of both region has seen similar culture influence. Okay, तो इनकी हिस्ट्री सेम है. लाइक वहाँ पर तिब्बत के रूट से चाइनीज़ और अदर ट्रेडर्स जो है वो तिब्बत के रूट से इंडिया में आते थे. और हेयर यू कैन ऑल्सो सीज दैट फ्रॉम द यूरोप इब्न बतूता एंड वास्को डिगामा ऑल्सो केम टू केरला टू फाइंड देयर route and to for the trading purpose. Both regions were influenced by Chinese and Arab traders. Okay, and it was the geography of Kerala which allowed for the cultivation of spice, and the special geographical location of Ladakh it's allow wool that drew traders to this region. Okay, तो दोनों के अपने अलग अलग एक इफेक्टिव दोनों के वो अलग हैं. मीन्स दोनों का वेदर अलग है दोनों प्लेसेस का. लद्दाख जो है वो कोल्ड डेजर्ट है और केरला जो है वहाँ की फर्टाइल लैंड है और वहाँ पे स्पाइसेस ज़्यादा मिलते हैं. तो केरला में जो थे हमारे पुराने ट्रेडर्स थे जो पुराने ट्रेवलर्स थे वो आते थे फॉर द स्पाइसेस, एंड इन लद्दाख दे केम फॉर द पाशमीना वूल्स. सो बोथ प्लेसेस हैव एन हिस्टोरिकल इम्पोर्टेंस. थस हिस्ट्री एंड जियोग्राफी आर ऑफन टाइड इन द कल्चर लाइफ ऑफ अ रीजन. ओके, नाउ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड द डाइवर्सिटी ऑफ both places are different, but in some ways they are matching with others. Like in Ladakh the Chinese bring from the Chinese route and from the Silk Road you can say that some traders came and they bring Christianity and Islam there, and from the European with the European the Christianity, Islam, Judaism, these culture and these religions also came to India, and these things plays an important role to make India a country with lots of diversity. Okay, and the influence of diverse culture is not merely a thing of the past. Our present lives are also about moving from place to place for work, and with each moves our culture, traditions and ways of lives slowly become part of the new places we are in. And similarly in our neighborhood also, we live close to people from several communities, and our daily lives are about two ways in which we do things together and hear stories about each other's lives, customs and traditions. Okay, now now you can understand that how India became diverse, because there's a history behind this. Okay, because lots of travelers come here, lots of traders come here, travelers come here, and they bring their customs and their religions groups and their other things in India, and it's make India a diverse country, a diversity. Okay, now the next question is how India become a diverse country. We are now you know that how India become a diverse country. Now why is there a unity in our diversity? Why? So now we will read about it. India's diversity has always been recognized as a source of its strength. Okay, when the British ruled India, women and men from different culture, religious and religion background came together to oppose them. India's freedom movement had thousands of people of different background in it. They worked together to decide joint action, and they went to jail together. Okay, and they found different way to oppose the British. That's how they were fighting for their freedom with each other and with unity. Interestingly, the British thought they could divide Indians because they were so different. ब्रिटिशर्स को लगता था कि हम लोग इंडिया को तोड़ सकते हैं बिकॉज वो एक दूसरे से बहुत अलग है. यहाँ पे डाइवर्सिटी ज़्यादा है और उनके डाइवर्सिटी के बेस पे दे वर ट्राइंग टू फॉलो देयर पॉलिसी डिवाइड एंड रूल. ओके, एंड बिकॉज दे वर सो डिफरेंट and then continue to rule them, but the people showed them they could be different and yet be united in their battle against the British. Okay, and now you can see that India is a free country, India is a democratic country, and living with unity with their diversity. So now let's study this song. There's a song in your textbook Don't forget the days of blood, O friend. In the midst of your happiness, remember to shed a tear for us. The hunter has torn away every single flowers. Don't plant a flower in the desert garden, dear friend. Having fallen to bullets, we slipped in Jallianwala Bagh. Do light a lamp on his lonely grave, O friend. The blood of Hindus and Muslims flows together today. Do soak your robe in this river of blood, dear friend. Some rot in jails while others live in their graves. Do shed a few tears for them, O friend. India's people treated, treated Association IPTA. This song was sung after the Jallianwala Bagh massacres. जब जलियांवाला बाग मासेकर हुआ था, जलियांवाला बाग का जो हत्याकांड हुआ था in अमृतसर में, in which a British General Dyer opened fire on a large group of unarmed peaceful people, killing many and wounding even more, and men and women, Hindus, Sikhs and Muslims, rich and poor, had gathered to protest against the British, and this song was composed and sung to honor of memory of those brave people. Here is a picture, Pandit Nehru delivering an Independence Day speech. In his book, The Discovery of India, you have read this book in your 6th class also, Discovery of India, Bharat Ki Khoj. Jawaharlal Nehru says that Indian unity is not something imposed from the outside, but rather it was something deeper and within its fold. The widest tolerance of belief and custom was practiced, and every variety acknowledged and even encouraged. It was Nehru who coined the phrase unity in diversity to describe the country. Okay, and this song become a single symbol of our country. India's national anthem, composed by Rabindranath Tagore, is another expression of the unity in India, because you can see that there is the every place's name you can see in our country. And in what ways does the national anthem describe this unity? So